The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
G'day there. Regular listeners will be aware of my ongoing angst over banks and whether or not they are legit players in our marketplace. Now, the Reserve Bank this week is one final stab this year, most likely cut the cash rate again, which will leave it at 2.25%. Now, the Cooperative Bank last week claimed they are the only ones who have passed on the cash rate cuts so far. In fact, as of the current cash rate, which is 2.5%, of course, they have cut their floating rate 3.1% against the cash rate fall of 3%. Now, on the surface, if their claim is correct, that would back up the broad-based argument that retail banks are creaming it and things need to be done about it. Certainly the bank's margins remain high, and as of a couple of weeks ago, those who were reporting, the banks who were reporting at the time, reported their margins are expanding. Now, the counter to that is the Cooperative Bank themselves. If what they say is correct, good on them. But what does that prove? Well, it proves there is competition. It proves that the market is dynamic. It proves that if you see their claim and you think to yourself, well, hold on, how come I don't have a deal that good? You can, in fact, have always been able to change banks. So in offering the insight, inferring a lack of competition or competitive behaviour, do they not, to a degree, shoot themselves in the foot? Further, I think it's fair to suggest that in reference to the floating rate, I mean, not many people generally are on the floating rate, and even if you got a few people at the moment on the floating rate, basically they're waiting to lock in when a final cut comes. The overarching theme of all of this in New Zealand lending is one of fixed rates, isn't it? I mean, perhaps a better example would be what the competition is like around that part of the market that is most used and therefore theoretically most competitive. So you can see my dilemma here, my ongoing issue. I can find you examples of banks behaving, if not badly, at least suspiciously, thus giving weight to those who argue oligopolies. But I can find examples of good, clean, open competition where deals are to be done. So once again, the simple question, the question seemingly with no solid answer: who is right?
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.